5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whitney Young football is on the air. Live from Rockne Stadium on the west side of the greatest city in the world. It's week 7 of the high school football season in the state of Illinois. We are coming to you on the Whitney Young football YouTube channel with tonight's action between your Whitney Young Dolphins and the visiting Lincoln Park Lions. Whitney Young suffered their first setback of the season last week against the Phillips Wildcats and fell to 5-1 on the season. After a rough first quarter, the Dolphins battled toe-to-toe against the strongest team in the Chicago Public League for the final 3 quarters and walked away knowing they can play with any 7A team in the state. It was another strong performance by the Dolphin defense, taking the ball away 3 times and allowing only 1 touchdown drive when Phillips started on their side of the field. Defensive coordinator Malik Leonard has his defense playing at a high level as the Dolphins head into their last 2 regular season games. Whitney Young has caused multiple turnovers in 5 of their 6 games and had allowed only 2 touchdowns in their first 5 games while pitching 2 shutouts. Those in the know tell me defense wins championships, and if that's true, the Dolphins are well positioned heading into the back half of this season. Tony McHale reporting. Our friend Todd Kibbe is on assignment with the Lowell, Indiana Red Devils tonight. So alongside is the pride of Northwestern and 1/5 millionth owner of the Green Bay Packers, Barry Newman. Barry, welcome back.
Hey, thanks a lot, Tony. Good to be with you tonight.
Woo!
Good to be back on the air with Dolphins football.
Barely. So we apologize to everybody who was a little slow getting into the stadium tonight and a little slow getting set up. But we are here and we are ready to go. We are almost ready for kickoff. Did you see a coin toss, Barry?
Well, I saw it, but I didn't actually see the outcome of it. So they went out there. Team captains went out there. Also senior night tonight for the Dolphin football. And so because we're getting a little bit of a late start, hopefully through the course of the evening we'll try to do a shout-out to our different seniors playing their last regular season home game here at Rockne. Still plenty of football ahead of us, but I want to at least give some recognition to those guys tonight.
Right. Next week we head off to Taft, and then just not the week 9 is the first round of the CPL. 1 second, hold on, guys.
Yep. We got Coach Finger was just checking in with Tony here. Tony is pretty much the master of all here. I think Coach Finger was checking with us on the top row of the bleachers to see if we had a chain gang going on with which I think Brian Miller has organized over there, and they just headed out. From the looks of things, I'm going to say Whitney Young is going to be kicking off. So if history prevails, that means we won the toss and deferred. But anyway, we'll figure it out as we go.
Woo! So just to give everybody an idea, Lincoln Park is traditionally, so we already got a penalty. They're going to penalize us for delay a game. It's going to be that. It really is going to be that kind of night already.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 7-12, and we just got a penalty for delay a game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
been insane. I mean, just craziness. Anyway, Lincoln Park is traditionally a very strong program in the Chicago Public League. They went to the playoffs in 2019, but they were 2-3 last year during this year during the spring season, and right now they're 0-6. Barry, we've seen some tape of them, and it just looks like they haven't really been able to put up a fight in the transitive property of football. They've lost to both Lane Tech 29-6, and they got shut out by. Or no, they lost last week to Westinghouse
22-12.
22-12. Yep. So that's the comparisons. Whatever that means tonight, nothing. But
yeah. Well, and in watching their tapes, I mean, I think they were turnover prone, mistake prone. They do have good athletes. So Nando's gonna get set to kick it away here.
So a squibbler down to the 20 to the 18. Number 2 is Jason Tripp. He went from the right side to the left side, not the way you want to start the game. This is where the Dolphins have struggled all year, and Lincoln Park is going to run the kickoff back 88 yards for a touchdown. That was number 2, Jason Tripp. He's a 6'4", 185-pound senior.
Yep.
So the Dolphins against Phillips did pretty well last week against Phillips on kickoffs, but that's been their struggle all year. So 22 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, Jalen Tripp is, if we had more of a time for the open, we would have talked about how they want him to touch the ball as many times as possible. He's electric. He's done a lot of things for them, run out of the quarterback slot, typically a wide receiver, but they also get him the ball on a lot of jet sweeps. Looks like they're going to come out here and try for 2.
Not the way you wanted to start off the game. So they hand off to number 8. He is stopped.
Yep,
that is Devontae Smith, 5'10", 180-pound senior. So the Dolphins were pretty confident coming into this game. Let's see what this does right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, after a tough beginning to the Phillips game last week, you wanted to get off to a better start, clearly, than what we have tonight.
They've had a couple problems like that where you do a directional kick, you have the returner trapped on one sideline, but the far side collapses and nobody stays home. Nando has been able to make tackles in the past, but not tonight. There was a blocker in front of Tripp. So not the start that the Dolphins wanted to see. They need to recover quickly, Barry.
Yeah, they sure do.
All right.
So
Anthony Hood and Luke Jolich are back deep for the Dolphins.
And I think this is one of those things, again, Lincoln Park clearly has nothing to lose. They're going to be out here playing loose, and that's where we've got to guard against. And hopefully that was the wake-up call right off the bat.
So the kick's going to go to not an up man. Anthony Hood's going to get it about the 15 out to the 20, 25. Misses a tackle he's going to get out to the 35 before a host of Lions bring him down. So with 11:29 on the clock, the Dolphins will take the field for the first time. So the big news for tonight, we didn't really get to address it, Barry, is number 6 junior captain Alex Dale is in uniform but not playing tonight.
Yeah, he's out with a
He had an injury he sustained last week, so he is not going to play. So Sam Wyatt is going to move into his spot as an H-back. So McHale's in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls, inside pitch to Hood. Hood's out to the 40, the 50 before he gets hit, spins out of that down to the Lions 45. So McHale rolled out, had Skotanis looking like he was going to take a pitch. Hood came to the inside, and that's going to be a 13 plus 5 is a 18-yard pickup for the Dolphins.
Yep, and they're back at it right away. So I think that they want to get these plays in and get some of that momentum reestablished. And I do think there's going to be opportunities up the middle tonight.
So 4 receivers this time. Skotanis in the pistol behind McHale. McHale straight back, looks for Hood again on a short drop. Hood anticipates the hit, gets the ball down to the 37. So the Dolphins, this time McHale comes to the sideline. On the previous play, he just took signals from Coach Finger trying to go faster. So it's going to be 2nd down and 2. They're going to call that a pickup of 8. So what we saw on tape was the Lions defense was very susceptible against Taft to some screen passes.
Yep.
And then the offensive line for Taft was able to dominate the defensive line for the Lions. So we'll see what happens. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen, 1 at the top. Skotanis to the left of McHale. McHale in the shotgun takes a snap. Quick pass to Wyatt. Wyatt turns it upfield. He's down to the 20. Let's see where he stepped out of bounds. It's going to be a first down. The referee marks him out at the 28-yard line. So a pickup of 9, and the Dolphins are moving down the field.
Yep, nice look there on 2nd and short. And I think, again, we're back to the line. Coach Finger signaling the plays to McHale. So going to pick up the pace here, which I like.
Down to the 24. Sorry, that was a 13-yard gain. Skotanis takes a handoff. He cuts outside. He's brought down by number 8, Devontae Smith, but not before he picked up 5 yards down to the – no, see, now I liked last week when we had numbers on the field.
Yeah. Well, you go pick up a 5.
So that ball's on the 25. We're going to reset here for you guys. So that ball's on the 25. The previous play went to the 29, so we got 2nd and 5. McHale in the shotgun. Anthony Hood to the top of the screen. McHale rolls to his right. Skotanis shuts off the edge. McHale back up the middle. Oh, it runs into Josh Wildermuth. But he's down. McHale's down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal on that 15-yard pickup. I think if McHale had stayed outside, he would have had more room to run.
I think we're going to see a lot of McHale running the ball tonight. That was, again, looking back at Lincoln Park against Taft. Taft's quarterback, highly similar to Patrick as far as his ability to be mobile as well as throw the ball. But I think that's where we can attack the edge that we've shown in the past, is getting Pat out there and then letting him do some work in the secondary.
So Wyatt's in as the H-back. Hood to the bottom of the screen. McHale under center this time. He waits for the snap. He turns, gives to Skotanis. Skotanis can't make the first man miss. That's number 64, Donovan Brantley. He's a senior nose tackle. So 1 yard gain on that play. We'll say it's down to the 9 because we don't want Frank to lose any yards.
So a good first drive put together here.
7th play of the drive coming up. That was the first time McHale had been under center, so he's back in the shotgun this time. Wildermuth goes from his left to his right because he was just in the wrong spot. Hood in the slot this time. Carter spread out wide left. McHale rolls left. He's looking to pass. He pulls it down.
Nice.
He's going to run into the end zone.
Great
touchdown,
run.
McHale.
Great run for McHale there. You know, he was looking for those receivers down there. They had decent coverage in the defensive backfield, and he just picked his spots. I mean,
right.
that's Patrick on his scrambles really has a knack for finding those seams.
So 4 minutes and 1 second on that drive. The Dolphins went from their own 37, so a 63-yard drive.
Now we have.
So now they're going to go. They're going to the swinging gate.
Swinging gate again.
So I do not see Nando out there. They're going to run this. So McHale throws to Carter.
Get upfield, Will.
No.
No, you're going to be stopped short.
So that was Devontae Smith again on the tackle, and Jason Tripp, number 2, came up to stop it.
Jalen Tripp.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
did I say
fine.
Jason? Oh, I did write it correctly, Jalen.
All right, so we got 6-6 tie. Good answer by the Dolphins after the initial kickoff was taken back for a touchdown by the Lincoln Park Lions.
All right, everybody breathe.
Yeah, we just got off to a rocking start there. Holy
All right,
cow.
Barry, how you doing? We didn't even get the chit-chat.
Yeah, we had all of our pregame notes ready to go. We just had to throw them out and say, here we go.
That was trash.
Strap it on.
So thanks to everybody who's out there listening to us. Probably go a little tighter, Barry, if you want.
Yep.
We were just happy that at about 6:15 when we were standing outside, it stopped raining. So let's see what we do with the kickoff here.
Okay.
So Nando out again. See who we got deep. We got 22, which is Anias Finch.
Yeah, they're starting running back.
And Jalen Tripp again. Excuse me.
I would kick it away from Tripp.
Well, they tried to last time. It didn't really work. Nando boots this one over everybody's head. That's going to go into the end zone. So a touchback. Great kick.
Big cheer from the Whitney crowd on that one. Maybe a cheer slash breath of relief on that.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Lions 20. Our first chance to see their offense. So, Barry, we're not sure who's coming out at quarterback.
Yeah.
They have 3.
Yep. Tripp has taken some snaps there already this year, and we've seen a lot of Isaiah Smith. But there's also Randy Brahim, who had been a starter early in the year, one of their captains.
It looks like Smith. Smith is
number 4, yep.
He's a 5'6" junior, so you can kind of see him out there. So the big test here is without Alex Dale. Sam Wyatt moves in as an inside linebacker. Slow
Ball's
snap,
on the ground.
bobble, ball's on the ground.
Get there, Dolphins.
Ball's still on the ground. The Dolphins say they have it. So first play of that offensive series, the Dolphins are going to get the ball on their own 11-yard line. So the Dolphins, Barry, have been super great, if that's a word, at causing turnovers this year. They got a little help on that one, but everybody got him. Not sure who came up with it.
Yeah, and that was it was a low snap, and what Smith was trying to do, they were trying to do the jet sweep to trip, and he was trying to complete that and get it up to trip, but what he should have done is probably just fallen on it and lived another day.
So the ball rests on the 11-yard line. The Dolphins come out again. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Skotanis still the running back, White in the H-back on the left side of the formation. We haven't forgotten about the lineman. We'll get there. McHale waits for the snap. Brings Hood in motion. Little backward pass to Hood. Hood takes it. Skotanis out, or White holding.
They're going to be a flag downfield.
So Sam Wyatt had the block, but he just didn't let his guy go, which is Devontae Smith again. There's 3 flags on the field. So
I guess it was fairly obvious.
Everybody saw it. So
I mean, I missed it, but.
Well, I think the problem was not that Wyatt didn't have the block initially, but at some point you got to let him go.
Yeah.
And he just held on forever, and his hands may have slid out. So it's a spot penalty. It's going to go back to the 23-yard line, so a 12-yard penalty. It's going to be first down all over again.
Well, nice-looking play as far as getting the ball in Anthony Hood's hands with some field to work with, and I think that's something, again, the Dolphins are looking for different ways to, as one of their top playmakers, get him touches, and especially with Alex Dale out tonight, you got to think that they're going to look for additional ways to do that.
So only 1 deep safety. Everybody else lined up man-to-man. Short snap. McHale takes it up the middle. He's down to about the 16-yard line, so I'm not sure if that was a design play. But the snap was low. It blew up the handoff to Skotanis. So McHale just took it up the middle for 7 yards. So you're going to have a second down and 15. They can get a first down, Barry. It looks like just inside the 2-yard line.
Yeah. So you got second and long. Yeah, I'm not sure on that play if that was going to be one of those zone reads that they did extremely well against Westinghouse between McHale and Skotanis.
So McHale in the shotgun. Skotanis to his left. McHale takes, hands off to Skotanis. Skotanis brings it back to the left. He runs right into, is that number 2, into Jalen Tripp again. So between 2 and 8, Jalen Tripp and Devontae Smith, they have made all the tackles so far. So the Dolphins are going to face 3rd and long from the 15.
Probably 4-down territory here, given the hijinks in the kicking game over the last week or so here, but and given we didn't line up for an extra point, but maybe that changes Coach Finger's opinion on that.
So from there, it's a 32-yard field goal, and we know that Nando has the leg for it.
Now let's just punch in the end zone. That
2 receivers. It's man-to-man coverage on the top. The safe bad snap. McHale picks it up. Nowhere to go. He reverses field. He's got Wyatt. He's still running. There's going to be an illegal man downfield somewhere. Anthony Hood into the end zone. What a play. No flags. So McHale, the snap was low. McHale ran to his left, spun out, almost slipped, got around the defensive end, kept his eyes downfield. He had Sam Wyatt at about the 10-yard line on a bailout. Anthony Hood, I don't know if you guys can see that at home. Anthony Hood caught the ball on his knees.
Yep,
what a play.
Right at the pylon. Hey, I mean, I think that's just how Coach Lemming drew it up, right?
Wow. So 2 minutes and 32 seconds on that drive. 3 plays. So we're going to go to the swinging gate again.
Yep, and we do not have Nando out there this time either, so we're going to go with this setup again. Again to Will Carter. Got to get upfield. That time it worked. Yeah, got upfield and got in.
All right, so that's going to go 12-7. I'm going to make a suggestion to Will. He's got to run a little bit harder. He stopped right as he got in, and
yeah, you got to get it and go. Figure out where that seam is going to be later, but especially on a short yardage play like that. But we're in the end zone and back up on top, 14-6. 5:03 left in the first quarter. We got an action-packed game.
All right,
here.
how about I got one for you.
All right.
That was an 11-yard drive, capped by a 15-yard touchdown pass.
All right. I like these. Well, not necessarily, but and if you put all the yardage that McHale ran on that touchdown pass.
It's a 53.5-yard field, so he ran basically from the hash to the sideline, reverse, ran to the other hash. And he had the easy dump off, but didn't take it. Wyatt probably wouldn't have gotten the first down and saw Anthony Hood, right? The lesson always is if you're close, when the quarterback's in trouble, if you're near, you run away. If you're away, you run near. Anthony Hood came right to the pylon. McHale delivered a ball on the run that only Hood could catch.
Yeah, and I mean, the big thing there is McHale kept his eyes downfield, and that's senior experience, right? That's a guy that's been back there before. And he could, I think his first thought was, maybe I should just fall on this ball. And if it hadn't turned out that way, we probably would be saying man, McHale should have fallen on that ball.
I'm glad you didn't say what he really thought because my mom's listening. Nando gets under it again. That's going to go to Finch. Whoa.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Ball's out
again. So I'll tell you who made that play. Once again, and he loves to hit, was Joseph Clayton. Joseph Clayton was down on that kickoff. He was the first person to run into Finch. He hit him, and then I think it might have been – is Cepeda out there, Barry? Do you see? Because Cepeda was the follow-up hit. 51. Is that our guy? Is that Pat Billings?
Oh, might be Pat.
Sorry, with the injury, we got some new players. Yep, Pat Billings. Pat Billings on special teams, first time this season. So Joseph Clayton made the initial hit, sent Finch backward, and then Billings hit him again, knocked the ball out. So right away, the Dolphins have the ball. 4:47 on the clock, and the ball is on the 12-yard line this time.
Well, we got all fired up about that, but actually Lincoln Park has the ball.
How did that happen?
I guess they must have recovered it. Yeah,
all right. Lincoln Park has the ball. Hand off to Joseph Clayton again. The ball's out again. Joseph Clayton with the hit. Now the Dolphins have the ball.
How many times do we have to force the fumble?
All right, so that wasn't a fumble. This was a fumble. The ball was on.
Yeah, and now the stripes are signaling it.
So
Dolphins ball.
The ball was on the 11. So instead of 4:47, it's going to be 4:43. This is crazy. I think that was Devontae Smith again. So he fumbled. The Dolphins are going to take over on their own 14-yard line. So 1st and 10. Barry, I got to tell you, not how I really thought senior night was going to go. Not the chaos of this. All right.
Let's
we're
just
calm.
keep it
Here
rolling
we go.
here. Let's keep it rolling.
Ball's on the 14. McHale's got this Dolphins lined up. Hood in motion again. High snap. Forward pass to Hood. Hood gets it. There's a holding penalty.
Yeah, on the backside.
That's coming back.
Anthony's got another nice gainer that's going to.
So we can't really see. I'm not sure. Or you know what it might – no, the ball's behind the line of scrimmage. So holding at the 11. So that'll take it back to the 21.
Yeah,
so
I didn't see where that hold was.
7-yard penalty. Now it was kind of in the middle of the field, away from the play. Yep, holding again. So the ball's on the 21. So 1st and 17. So now you can have a 17-yard pass on a 14-yard drive.
We're just after the interesting.
All righty, Hood to the bottom of the screen. Let's go tennis to McHale's right. McHale straight drop, looks
Got
left,
time.
Open up a hole. Nice block by 52. McHale down to the no signal.
I think he was just short.
McHale down to the 1. So I want to tell you who made a great block on that. Number 50, wrong side. Number 52, Neil Rockne, peeled back from his right tackle position and blocked the defensive end. Nothing open for McHale downfield, but that block by Neil Rockne.
Yep, Neil Rockne, one of the seniors out here tonight.
So where do they put that down? On the 2?
Looks like it's on the 2.
We'll call it the 2.
Well, and outside tonight, Tony had talked to Frank Skotanis about what he owed him.
Yeah, he owes me 4 touchdowns from last week. All right, so the clock is going to wind at 3:49 in the first quarter. Dolphins have the ball on the 2-yard line. McHale under center. Somebody jumped. I'm guessing from there it's Lincoln Park.
Yeah, it was the back judge on that.
Wait for the signal. No. Yep, Lincoln Park's clapping, so the ball's going to – huh?
What was that signal? A delay of game?
Unsportsmanlike? What?
Might have been.
How can you have an unsportsmanlike?
Might have been something said on the line of scrimmage.
So that ball is going to go back to the 16.
Well, let's just let's mention. I think maybe it wasn't. It was the back judge making that call. I was going to say it was the same guy who flagged the delay of game at the beginning of this game.
So it's going to be first and goal from the 16. 3:42. I mean, the Dolphins were lined up. I'm not sure who could have said something, but that's the only thing that would have happened. McHale in the shotgun, Skotanis to his right. Another high snap. McHale pulls it out, goes up the middle, dodges to his right. He's going to pick up about 5 yards down to the 11. So it's going to be second down and goal from the 11. 2 penalties on this drive. Coach is not going to be happy. So I don't know if this is really the second or third, their third or fourth play of this drive. I'm confused.
If you're scoring with us at home,
somebody send me some.
You can send us a message on the live stream.
Man,
I don't know.
Well, the ball started on the 14. Then there was a holding penalty back to the 7. McHale ran it down to the 2. So that was the second play. This is the third play. This is the third play of the drive.
Now, this could be something where if Alec Dale is in the game,
right,
you're looking his way, but that could very well be a Sam Wyatt.
Right, so you got 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. McHale in the shotgun, Skotanis next to him. McHale takes a snap, looks downfield. Who was that? Number 8, Devontae Smith. McHale didn't see him. Came from his blind side. That's Tommy's side. Tommy Basario is the left defensive end, and what happened that time is they split Wyatt out to the slot, so there was no H-back to pick up that extra blitzer from the linebacker position. So third down.
I will say, when watching the game film of Lincoln Park against Taft, they shot a lot of guys. Now, a lot of that was on run blitzing, but they were not afraid to send, their front 4 plus at least 2 of the linebackers coming through. So we'll see if they're looking at the same here with a third and long.
Third and goal from the 22. Dolphins move. McHale drops back, puts it up there.
He's wide open. He dropped it.
That is
Josh
Wildermuth. Josh Wildermuth. He was wide open from his slot position. McHale comes to the sideline looking for a play on fourth down. So it's going to be fourth and goal from the Lincoln Park 22. It's a beautiful play, beautifully drawn up. Nobody had Wildermuth from his slot position. McHale laid it up there, and it was just too much time for Wildermuth.
My guess is in looking at these guys, they tend to play a lot of zone. Might have been a cover 3 where we just had 2 receivers deep on that side, and their cornerback was staying on, I think it was Carter, to his sideline side.
So you got,
and Wildermuth was open underneath.
So 3 receivers to the left: Wildermuth, Wyatt, and Clayton. Hood to the top. McHale takes it.
Blitz is coming.
Looks at Hood, throws it. Hood, what a catch!
Hood made an incredible catch.
What a catch. McHale dropped a dime. Great coverage by, I'm going to say that's Jalen Tripp over there, Barry.
Yeah, except there's a holding call.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
There's a flag and a holding call.
So now it's going to be, wow, so that flag's at the 27, so the ball's going to go back to the 37. So that,
That's Anthony Hood's second touchdown tonight.
Mark that as a mark that for the highlight reel, even though.
Absolutely. That was a great throw, great catch.
So very, very rarely do you see 4th and goal from the 37. This is the 5th play of the drive.
Now they're going to bring in Nando to punt.
All right, so we're going to punt from the 37.
The way our defense is played,
not
a bad move here.
So Josiah Roman out as the personal protector for Nando Lozano. Who's back? That looks like Devontae Smith. No, is that Tripp back? Yeah, Tripp back.
I guess it's Tripp.
Challenger back.
Nando might be
punt from the 37.
Good for us to drop it out of bounds inside.
There, you got that one off. It's going to bounce at the – whoa, nice bounce.
Right to him, yeah.
Bounce at the 10. Jalen Tripp picks it up.
Nice
Great tackle. The single digit. I think that might be Duhan, number 5, with that tackle.
Yep, it was. Yep. Quinn Duhan made a great tackle on the opening kickoff against Phillips last week.
So there is 15 seconds left in this crazy, crazy first quarter. And the ball's going to be on the 17. So that ball hit at the 10 and just bounced right up to Tripp. Tripp brought it back about 10 yards from, or 12 yards from his 5 to the, they're going to put it on the 16. First and 10, here we go. See if the Lions can hold on to the ball this time. The snap, the handoff to Tripp. He tries to get outside. There's nothing doing. Joseph Clayton was the first guy there, and Tommy Basario second. And we brought it up a little bit. It rained all day, and there was just a downpour about 4 o'clock. This field had a game on it before. It's heavily used. It's still natural gas.
And that.
Natural grass. And Tripp tried to stop on that, and his feet just went right out from underneath him, but he wasn't going anywhere anyway.
Yeah.
Great pursuit by Joseph Clayton.
Who's had a number
and by
of plays
Tommy Basario.
Yep. Tommy set that edge, and Joseph from his linebacker position shot the gap in there. But yeah, I'm just giving you a view of the field right now, and I'm guessing that last game there was a lot of action right around the 25-yard line. I mean, that was definitely an area that doesn't have a lot of coverage.
So, and it's a little better to this west end or to the south end where we're going now. So we'll see, but so far the Lions haven't been able to do anything on offense.
Now, and what will be interesting in this game is that when we've seen them get down on film against both Taft and Lane Tech, when they have to go to a passing attack, we had mentioned on the open is Randy Brahim out as who is planned to be their starting quarterback. Smith is he's more of a running quarterback than necessarily a passing quarterback. I think if the Dolphins can, get them in long situations here and force a passing game, it's going to definitely play to our advantage.
All right, Barry, we're going to call this 2nd and 14 for lack of anything better to do.
So, and I think, again, the D-line, Tommy Basario, Josiah Roman, Frank Skotanis, all those guys are going to get a good push against this offensive line of Lane Tech.
Yeah, you got McHale rolled all the way over the top to help on Jalen Tripp. And who's out there on the cornerback on that side? Snap. Here you go, the deep ball.
Wildermuth.
So Wildermuth broke that one up. Great coverage. That was their best receiver, number 7, Kamari Jackson. He's a 5'11", 185-pound senior. But Smith kind of just heaved that up. Wildermuth had great coverage and actually had the better chance to catch that ball. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 14 from their own 12.
So the Dolphins tend to play they have very disciplined defense. It's not often that you see heavy blitzing, and I think that's something here where you might see them in a zone coverage, trying to take away those outside guys.
We see they got Jolich all the way up, walking him up now as an outside linebacker instead of playing deeper. Here he's going. They're trying to guess the snap count. I think they got Lincoln Park to jump. But you called that, Barry. Yolich was up there, number 23, the freshman, and he was getting ready to all-out blitz. So they're going to march that back half the distance. So they're going to put the ball on the, what do you want to call that, the 7? No, yeah, the 7. So that makes it 19. 3rd and 19. So you got Hood on trip to the short side of the field.
Yep, with McHale spying him.
Wildermuth on Jackson, one-on-one. Now you got Yolich backed up. So you have 2 safeties, McHale with Hood on the right side. Snap. Yep. Smith rolls out, coming back to his right. Nowhere for him to go.
Will Carter.
Somebody, they're trying to strip the ball. They're going to call him down. Will was trying to rip that ball out. The line judge is having nothing of it. So the ball is going to be just outside the goal line.
That was a good job by Carter. Again, being disciplined. You know, that was his assignment over there in that zone coverage and watch for the run. I mean, the zone coverage there gives you an opportunity to spy anybody coming out of the backfield as well as the run support. And, you know, he's in the starting defensive lineup tonight because of Alec Dale having his injury. So great to see him as a freshman contributing on the offensive side and now the defensive side as well.
Yep, so the ball's on the 1. Nobody deep for the Dolphins. Everybody's on the line of scrimmage. Here comes a late player for Lincoln Park. We keep reminding, no 40-second clock here. So the Lions need a good snap. They get a good snap. The ball's off.
The
ball's going to land at the 5 and bounce backward. Let it go. Just let it go. That's a net 0 punt.
Yeah. Tony, here's a
1
question.
yard.
What would have happened if that ball would have rolled back into the end zone?
Then we could have landed on it.
But
across the line of scrimmage.
If they downed it,
it would have been a safety.
Yeah.
Well, if they had downed it, it would be a safety. If we recovered it, so it went forward of the line of scrimmage, which kind of makes it a live ball. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. These things that don't come up in games you normally watch.
So they're going to put the ball down on the 2. Let's hope for no penalties this time, Barry.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's.
I mean, the last drive was 4 plays and 3 penalties. We got it down to the 2 and ended up on the 37. So McHale on the shotgun, hands up. You've got to be kidding me.
Man,
you've got to be kidding me.
All right, at least this time.
What is
our
going
guys,
on?
Whitney Young is. It was on Lincoln Park at least this time.
So a 1-yard penalty. It's going to make it 1st and goal from the 1. I mean, that's 3, 4.
These guys
5,
must be getting paid by the flag tonight.
6. That's 6 penalties, and there's only 2 minutes gone in the second quarter.
I mean, there was a penalty before we even got started tonight. So.
Oh, I didn't even count that one. I forgot to count that one. That's 7 penalties. All right, McHale under center. He's going to sneak it. He rolls
Good
in,
call,
touchdown.
and pushed
Little push
in
from
by
Frank
Skotanis. Does he get partial credit for that one?
We don't it's bad juju to talk about Reggie Push in my house.
Hey, actually.
We don't talk about that.
Tony, that'll be a halftime story. I got a Notre Dame story to share with you at halftime.
So somehow the 2-yard drive took a minute and a second because of the penalty.
So
drive
Dolphins
was 2 yards, 1 play.
20-6 now. We probably have to update our production truck scoreboard.
You're right. Sorry.
All right, now we're swinging gate again. The snap rolled back to McHale.
Sorry, just too many things to do. This is my sister. She's supposed to be the.
Well, I mean,
let's add up a couple
you
touchdowns.
can take your time over there. I'm sure there's going to be 2 or 3 more penalties here before we even get the extra point off here.
We got 20, right?
And what was this penalty? Because it backs us up to the.
I mean, Coach Finger's going to have a field day with these penalties. So
now they're going to bring on Nando to kick. They're
going to put there's a 10-yard penalty. How can it be a 10-yard pre-snap penalty?
Well, now they moved it. So it was only a 5. They had backed it up to start with, but now looks like he's just he's kicking it from the call like the 8, which would be correct.
And they jumped again. McHale, oh my goodness gracious, what is going on? McHale couldn't get that
the snap.
Couldn't get the snap down.
All right, well,
so the Dolphins, I'm not even sure, do we need a recap? So the Dolphins got the ball on a 1-yard punt. Then they got a 1-yard penalty, and then they had a 1-yard touchdown run that took 1 minute and 1 second.
Hey!
Too bad somebody won that $600 million lottery last week, or I'd be out there right now. Chaos. We're going to have to maybe – you brought the cocktails for halftime, right?
Absolutely.
I hope nobody from ESPN is listening to this tonight, because if this is my audition tape, we're going nowhere fast.
Well, we're having fun, though.
Do we have a fresh soft? I'm going to get demoted to the fresh soft team in a second.
Hey, that's my purview. Oh. What do you mean demoted?
Somehow they put time back on the clock.
We got
36 and 11. There's a 47-second drive.
Coach Fingers got the Whitney Young Dolphins doing a jump around here.
If the Whitney Young Dolphins get another penalty, Coach Fingers going to have them doing push-ups at halftime. All right, Nando kicking from the north. No, which way are we going? The north to the south.
Yeah. Let's stick another one in the end zone.
Only one guy back now. Tripp's back. Nando approach, puts his foot into it. Another good kick. Tripp's going to take it at the 7. So up the middle, looks to his right. Everybody stayed in their lane that time. Hey, Quinn Duhan again on that tackle. Great job. So Tripp was never able to get up a full head of speed. Everybody stayed in their lane. Pushed him to the right sideline, and Duhan was right there to make the tackle. So there is 9 minutes and 39 seconds. It is 1st down and 10 from the Lions' 26-yard line. So this is where the Lions have struggled. Couple fumbles. The last drive started on the 16, had one penalty, ended up on the 1. So Devontae Smith, is going? Tommy Basario's.
I think did
he say something? So we need another defensive tackle.
Yeah. Coach
Here
Finger
comes
not
Neil
happy
Rockne.
about that. Although I'm not sure. I mean, Tommy is. Yeah, we'll have to check on that. Maybe we'll get some information.
So Josiah Roman moves in and nose tackle.
Smith under center now.
He hands off to number 8, Devontae Smith.
All right. Tommy was just out for a play.
So 5-6-yard gain. So they're going to put the ball on the 32. We'll call it 2nd and 4, just for giggles. Dude, I had all kinds of cool stuff to share with you at the pregame, too.
Oh, we've got halftime and postgame.
The way this is going, we're postgaming somewhere else. Smith under center. Devontae Smith is a single setback. Jalen Tripp to the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, one-on-one with Hood.
No linebackers for the Dolphins.
Yeah, somebody shot through there right off the bat.
Is that Clayton again? Yeah. Clayton or Yolich.
Yeah, I think also real good penetration. It might have been from Neil Rockne out of his D-line spot.
So everybody was there. So it brings up a 3rd down. Called a loss of 2. So 3rd and 6 from the 30. I'm sorry, people. So Smith in the shotgun this time. Yeah. Devontae Smith next to him. Hood on Tripp at the bottom of the screen. McHale is single safety.
You got to think they're going to look that way.
High snap. Smith brings it down, puts it up again. Wildermuth under it. No.
In and out of his hands. But, Josh has had great coverage over there.
So Jackson is their leading receiver. He's got about 400 yards this year through the first 6 games. So that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Lions from their own 30.
Yeah, when we're talking about the Lions and their passing game, it seems like when they get down, what they do is just start running those fly routes down the sideline.
So Nando is out on punt return.
Yeah, nobody back.
Nobody back again. We haven't had anybody back since the Lane Tech game.
Yeah, and even then,
snap.
I think it was
Lions get a good punt off this time. That ball is going to bounce at about the 33. Take a nice roll
in the mud
down to the 18-yard line. So the Dolphins are going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 18 with 7:52 left in the first half. And the Dolphins will get the ball back to start the second half. Not what I expected. I mean, score-wise kind of, but.
Yeah, the way we got here, definitely not the expectation. Lions take the opening kickoff back for a touchdown, so we're barely set up. We're barely on the air. 12 seconds later, we're down 6-0. But since then, it's been a Whitney Young Dolphins onslaught.
So ball's on the right hash. Hood to the short side of the field. Wildermuth in the slot. Clark wide lefts. He brings Hood in motion behind him. Frank Skotanis moved early.
Kind of feeling like plays to Anthony Hood tonight have some sort of curse.
So the ball's going to be on the 30. But, I mean, you want to talk about not focused?
Yeah.
Right, I'll at some level, holding penalties are okay.
That happens.
I mean, they're not okay.
In the course
but
of the game, right?
You can't have pre-snap penalties. You just can't. Not against this team, because if you can't have them next week.
Right.
Because that is a good tapped football team, and you can't put yourself 1st and 15 on the 13. And you can't put yourself 4th and goal from the 37 when you had the ball on the 2-yard line. You know, especially when that was a personal unsportsmanlike penalty.
Right.
What are you doing? I mean, it's just.
Yep, I agree. That was, and maybe one of the concerns coming in this week. We said the Lions had nothing to lose. Dolphins just, get that
Hood
back.
in motion again. Ball's on the ground. McHale picks it up. He runs straight forward. He's going to pick up about 2 to the 15, but that was a bad snap.
Which we've seen a couple of tonight. So, again, you got a sloppy field, but you got to get that ball back to him.
Right. And not a problem we've really – I mean, we saw it a little bit last week, but it's a little bit understandable.
Buster Sabeda has been great all year. I mean, a freshman that's stepped in there from day one as a center. So, it's definitely the exception in seeing a snap roll back to Patrick McHale.
So they're putting it down on the 16, so a 3-yard gain. So McHale still in the shotgun. Wide in motion. A high snap. McHale fakes the handoff to Skotanis, brings it down. He's going to get out to about the 19-yard line. I feel like that was improvisation also. The high snap kind of blew up the play, and there was a line in the backfield. So the ball's on the 19. They have to get it out to the 28. So 3rd and 9.
McHale, when in passing downs, has had some time back there when everything's been on schedule.
So this is where you look for. So Wyatt's in the middle of the 3 receivers. He's got Tripp on him.
Yeah, looking at blitz coming.
McHale looks
Picked
for Hood.
Great.
Little back shoulder throw. Either Hood ran a little too far, McHale threw a little too short. So it's going to bring 4th and 9 from the 28. So that was open. And just not sure if McHale thought Hood was going to come back one more step.
Yeah, it was just the timing was just a little bit off there.
So Nando, Skotanis, the long snapper.
Tripp is back deep.
Tripp is standing at his own 45. 5:34 on the clock. High snap. Nando gets it, brings it down. Good kick.
He hammered it.
Trip at the 44, makes a move, makes a man miss. He's quick. Joseph Clayton right there is the first man there. Tripp able to fall forward from the 49 to the 46. So a 14-yard return. And the Lions will start 1st and 10 with 5:21 left in the second quarter. Yeah, Tripp is a real weapon back there, Barry.
Yeah, he sure is. Brady Miller almost came up, I think. I think he was the first man down, and Tripp got around him. But still, the pursuit on that, and because it was up the middle, was taken care of nicely.
But a nice punt by Nando on that. Got it.
Absolutely.
Caught the high snap, took his time, got it off. So you got Jackson at the top of the screen, Tripp short, in tight to the bottom of the screen. Devontae Smith in the backfield, Isaiah Smith under center. Turns, handoff to Devontae Smith.
D-line just
nowhere to
taking care of
go.
business.
Maybe a yard gain. We'll call it 2nd and 9. Yeah, nowhere for Smith to go on that one. And if you're if Isaiah Smith is under center, at this point it's almost a giveaway that they're going to hand off, unless there's some sort of wide receiver screen that we have in the package that we didn't see on film.
Yeah, I think that was Malik Amos who was in the lineup on that side.
Yeah.
He and Josiah Roman holding down the right side of that D-line that took care of business on that one.
Yeah, all the linebackers up on the line of scrimmage. Smith turns, hands off the Tripp that time. Oh, no, to Devontae Smith. Cuts through the middle. He picks up 7. Third down and 2.
It's a big play here for the Dolphins. I mean, even though we've been talking about the Dolphins really controlling the clock for this entire game. I mean, it's a 26 game here, so want to make sure you shut down this Lions drive.
And this is 2-down territory right here. They're
Absolutely.
not going to. They're going to punt. The ball's going to be snapped under 4 minutes. Smith under center, turns, gives to Smith. He's going to pick up the first down.
Did he get to the first?
Wow, maybe not. Where the headlines judge is standing, he didn't give it to him.
I think we had Joseph Clayton flying in there again. So
it's going to be 4th down and probably the length of the ball to go. We'll call it 1. But yeah, the danger here with the defense the Dolphins are playing is if Devontae Smith can get through the line, it's Devontae Smith against Pat McHale.
Yeah.
So Tripp wide to the bottom of the screen, Jackson wide to the top. All the Dolphins got 8 in the box. McHale the deep safety. Smith under center. Turns, sneaks. He's going to pick it up if he doesn't fumble the ball.
Yeah, exactly. It was hanging out there for a second.
So he got down to the 35, so it's going to be new set of downs for the Lions. Clock continues to tick. It's at 3 minutes. So far they've gone 12 yards.
Yeah, with the same look. I mean,
yeah,
Smith under center,
turn
just
and
making
hand to
sure
Smith.
that it's that they're taking off on that.
Yeah,
and
so they got basically two tight ends in the game.
But again, as a corner,
Smith turns to Smith. There you go, another. So that right now the Lions are getting a little movement on that offensive line, moving the Dolphins off the ball. That's a 5-yard gain down to the 30. So 2nd and 5. 6th play of the drive coming up. 2:15 and counting. But yeah, you need to see the interior of this defensive line get low.
Yeah, and I think right now, if I'm Lincoln
Smith,
Park,
ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground.
Frank Skotanis picks it up. He's going to go all the way. There's a sideline. I think that still is a touchdown. They're going to call a sideline penalty on the Dolphins. I don't think that brings it back. Frank picked the ball up on the 36, so it should be a touchdown. Man, you almost get the feeling that the officials had this out for Whitney Young right now. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So we got a sideline infraction. Touchdown's good. So that is a 64-yard touchdown return by Frank Skotanis. So 64, number of plays, none.
We talked about in the open how, Lincoln Park does have
24.
some athletes, but they are prone to mistakes. And they were struggling on the center to quarterback exchange out of the shotgun formation, so they moved under center. There, I think Smith just wanted to get that.
Behind, yeah.
He wanted to get the handoff there too quickly to the other Smith, and didn't end up working out. So
kick the extra point. Try and kick the extra point.
Come on, Nando. Reclaim your weapon status here.
Snap good, hold down. Nando gets it up. There we go.
All right, all is well. The world is back into its proper order
Spinning
now.
and everything. So, recap. Let's recap. Let's put the proper score on. All right. That was the sixth play of that drive from Lincoln Park. Isaiah Smith fumbled the snap. Frank Skotanis picked the ball up on the 36-yard line, took it back 64 yards untouched. The Dolphins will now be kicking from their own 25, I believe. Or unless that was a warning. Maybe the first one's just a warning. The second one will be a penalty.
I kind of feel like we've been warned before, but
well, not in this game.
Not in this game.
That's the three offsides, the unsportsmanlike, and the 2 holding penalties. A lot of stuff going on. So
we're
Lozano's going to put the ball down on the 40-yard line. You got Tripp and Devontae Smith back deep. They're standing just inside their own 15-yard line. You got Lions running on and off the field. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right.
And we've got the fans joining in.
Cameras shaking.
That's everything. It's not no.
Your guy Pat Billings out on special teams. They've done well since the initial kickoff return. Lozano approaches, kicks in the air, short this time. They're going for the onside kick. Ball's going to bounce backwards.
And
that was Joseph Clayton that went flying by your screen. My goodness gracious. That was his Superman impression right there. If that had made contact,
that could have been dangerous.
That would have been not good.
There would have been pieces parts flying in the air.
That would have not been good.
I actually, as much as I love seeing him fly down on that, I'll take that outcome.
That didn't. All right, so they're going to put the ball down on the 25. Cool, the 25. There is
2 minutes here, 1 minute 49 seconds left in the first half. We've got Whitney Young 27-6 over Lincoln Park.
So here's my question for you, Mr. Barry Newman.
Yeah.
Is there an interception in our future here, or are they just going to run the ball out? So here's your guy number 1, Szymanski.
Yep.
So we got Tripp as the quarterback now. Szymanski comes in motion. A handoff to Szymanski. Nowhere for him to go. Yeah. It's going to be a loss of 2. Great way to hold their edge. That was who's that? Is that Will? Yep, number 7, Will Carter from his outside linebacker position. Came up, set the edge, and Szymanski had nowhere to go. So it's going to be 2nd down and 11. Clock is running.
I think there's a timeout on the field.
Clock's not running.
But second time Will Carter has come up from that position. Again, with a jet sweep like that, what you want to do is not flatten out. You've got to set your edge and make sure business is taken care of inside. And he did a nice job of getting upfield and taking care of that.
Especially since tonight's the first time he's played that position live action in a game. I don't know, had he gotten in on defense?
He's been in a bit on defense. He's had a few series out there. But, definitely his first extended look, his first starting slot in there. Again, Alec Dale out. But hopefully we'll see Alex back next week.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing too serious. Everybody's dressed tonight. So right now, that defensive line is coming out. Tommy Basario, Josiah Roman, Malik Amos. What did I miss?
Well, Frank is usually out there, but
there
I think
he's there.
Yep, he's there. So you got that all-senior D-line.
He was hanging out with the linebackers there for a second. Joseph Clayton and Sam White are your inside linebackers. Will Carter and kind of Luke Yolich are your outside linebackers. And right now you got Josh Wildermuth, Anthony Hood as cornerbacks, and Pat McHale as your deep safety. So as good as Tripp is, they haven't gone after Anthony Hood at all on the defensive side. The couple passes were all at Josh Wildermuth to Jackson, number 7.
Yep. So now you got Tripp at quarterback.
In the shotgun. No linebackers. Everybody's on the line of scrimmage. Samansky goes in motion again.
Fakes they're going to fake it, yep.
Here comes Tripp. Tripp escapes, throws the ball a little high. There you go. So they faked the inside handoff again to Samansky. The Dolphins were all over it.
Yep. And Wildermuth doing his job over there. I mean, he had coverage again. So the key on these things is don't start peeking in the backfield on this.
Right.
And think
you
you're
cover Jackson.
Yep, absolutely. Your assignment in your what's likely like a cover 3, a zone setup over there.
Because Tripp is much more mobile than Isaiah Smith was. So he has escapability. So you can't let Jackson go long. 3rd down and 11 from the 24, 1:30 left in the half. Jackson to the top of the screen. Samansky, bottom. Tripp drops back. Pass out to Jackson, caught. He's going to get a first down, about a 12-yard gain.
Lincoln Park takes a timeout.
Their second timeout.
1:22 left here in the first half.
Call that the 36.
So that was one of the things we talked about, the Lions offense. I think with Smith under center, a lot of times when they were passing, they were just looking to go deep on the edges. And there with Tripp now checked in at quarterback, it takes their biggest wide receiving threat probably off the board.
But they didn't throw to him.
Right. Oh, exactly. Yeah. You hadn't really seen the ball tonight. Not nearly as much because in that Taft game, I mean, they probably ran 7 or 8 jet sweeps to him, and the ball was heading to him all the time.
The problem is they fumbled 2 snaps. Isaiah Smith fumbled twice, basically. They ran the 1 jet sweep down here in the first quarter that Tommy Basario and Joseph Clayton decided to have a history meeting as he got the ball. So, so the danger here now with the short passing game is, all right, Wildermuth has been able just to back up and kind of run with Jackson. Now if Jackson's going to run some short patterns, then Wildermuth has to be ready for the double move and for him to go deep. So the Dolphins come back out. Wildermuth to the top of your screen.
Yeah, but McHale, again, playing that center field position gives you an opportunity. He's just back there basically reading quarterback eyes with having the middle of that field, and he can shade over either way.
Tripp gets the ball a little high snap. He looks right again to Jackson.
Yep.
Another short throw. They're probably going to give him the first down out to the 46.
Yeah, and Dolphins just playing real soft on that side.
He stayed inbound, so the clock is running. Not sure if Lincoln Park's aware of that. So now Wildermuth's going to have to just be careful. So now they change again. Yolich is 2 deep safeties, Yolich and McHale.
Giving help over the top.
So one-handed catch by Tripp. He looks.
That's going to be a McHale interception.
There you go.
Of course, I didn't catch it on camera because I was watching.
You were watching.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, McHale family.
So Jason Zemansky, the sophomore, just ran a straight fly pattern, and McHale just backed up, and Tripp basically threw it right to him. So there's 50 seconds left in the half. I think that's McHale's 4th interception this year.
And it was a great interception. Anybody watching, you didn't see that, that's my fault. You can send me an angry email, which you should.
Right now I'm going to send you an angry email.
But it was great.
Good thing my dad doesn't text, or else you'd be getting one right now. So 50 seconds left, 3 receivers at the top of the screen.
I will focus on my job.
Anthony Hood to the boundary. It's hard, man. You want to watch the game. Anthony Hood to the boundary. One deep safety for Lincoln Park. McHale takes a snap, drops straight back, looks for Hood.
There we go.
There's the comebacker you're looking for before. So about a pickup of about 5. So there's not enough time to do that down the field. They do put the ball down on the 30.
They have been getting McHale time, you know.
So
that's
right.
the thing where you can take a shot here. Now you got to think that Lincoln Park is thinking the same thing.
So you got Anthony Hood, sophomore on. I see her on Jason Szymanski. She's the deep safety. The trainer's running across the field. McHale drops back, looks at Hood again.
There's
gets
a double
little
move.
shoulder. That ball came out a little bit weird. Szymanski breaks it up. That ball came out a little weird out of McHale's hand.
Yeah. Hood turned into use his DB skills there for the breakup.
He was just squeezing a little hard, I think. So 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, and
38
McHale
seconds.
had enough time to even give the big shoulder.
Oh, he gave a
fake
little,
in on
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think he just squeezed it a little hard. The ball came out a little funny. But good coverage by Szymanski. Oh, we switched. Anthony Hood in the slot on the top of the screen. McHale straight back, rolls to his left. Looking, there's coming from the backside.
Yeah, get down.
Devontae Smith came and is going to get credit for a sack on that one, or at least a tackle for a loss. Now we have a penalty. The pink flag came out.
Yeah. Well,
If this is on Lincoln Park, it's going to be a first down.
I think it is.
So the referee's talking to
At least
Szymanski.
Szymanski is, yeah, he was putting his arms out and
unsportsmanlike conduct on Lincoln Park. So instead of 4th and 6, it should be a first down. Well, as the clock's still running. The clock's running.
But it shouldn't be. They're going to have to put something back
Unsportsman, they're
on
going to have to
there.
put. So that play went off with about 30 seconds left on the clock. So we're going to call that a penalty. So it's going to make it first down and 10 from the 40. How was it? Is a 10-yard penalty? They call holding? I mean, this is like a 9-yard penalty. The ball was on the 35. Unless they're saying it's from where McHale was tackled. I don't understand. So they're doing one untimed down. That's not accurate, one untimed down.
Absolutely not, because the clock just ran on that.
But there should be 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
So they're going to do one untimed down, I guess. Whatever.
All right.
This is where I started getting in trouble last week, Barry. McHale takes a snap, fakes to Skotanis. Down the middle to Wyatt. Wyatt's going to get the ball to the 30, down to the 27.
Yeah.
Maybe they're keeping the clock on the field because it doesn't look like that was the last play.
They're throwing another play out there, so that's good.
McHale,
and the Dolphins take a timeout.
Yeah. So McHale to Wyatt. Down to their, give him down to the 26. So that's a 32-yard pass play, pass and catch.
Yeah, just found Wyatt in that on that seam route that we've run a number of times to the tight ends throughout the year.
So we apologize. There's no time left on the clock. They're keeping the time on the field, so we have no idea how much time's left in the half right now. When the sack, McHale's sack went off, there was 30 seconds on the clock. So if that play took 10, so maybe there's 10 or so seconds left.
Yeah, I have to think we're in a one-play territory.
Well,
here.
if 2. Do you try and run something
quick? Well, yeah,
quick?
if you ran an out, got out of bounds right away, and I quite frankly have lost track of timeouts.
Bring 15. So that was our first. We hadn't taken any, pretty sure.
Again, if you're scoring with us at home, let us know.
We're going to get another delay game penalty because the referees have dinner plans. Yeah, so if you weren't with us at the very tip top of the show, The Dolphins got a 5-yard delay game penalty before the game even started. Didn't think that was possible. So what do we got? We got 2 receivers, Clark and Wildermuth to the bottom, Hood to the top, Skotanis to the right of McHale, Wyatt to the right of the formation. Hood comes in motion.
You're going to see that again. Watch the double pass. Oh, to McHale, who actually there's a guy out there on him.
So Clark was wide open.
Yeah, Will Carter.
I'm not sure why Hood decided that. It was an easy pass. Carter was wide open. Hood tried to throw it all the way across the field. So we're going to go for a field goal. So this is a 43-yard field goal attempt. The ball is currently at the 26, so traditionally they'd put this down at the 33. Dolphins took a timeout. So that's their second timeout. Again, there's no time on the clock, so we're guessing.
I think Anthony wanted to send one back to his
buddy, return
the favor to him.
Will Carter was so wide open.
Well, it's like Anthony tonight should have part of 3 touchdowns.
Right.
2 called back on penalties.
So they're going to put the ball. McHale's going to put the ball down on the 33. So this is a 43-yard field goal attempt from the best kicker in the Chicago Public League. See if we get a good snap and spot.
Trip is down
Nando's
in the end zone. So
snap is good. Kick is down.
Hey.
That's got enough distance.
He
good.
Nailed it.
Good from 43 yards on the last play of the second quarter. Nando Lozano from 43 yards.
The weapon. Yeah. That's a nice way to head into halftime.
Let's see. Is it the last play?
Well, yeah. That was
30-6.
Looks that way. We got 5 referees sort of gathering in the middle of the field.
Trying to figure out. Yep, there's 15 minutes on the clock.
Yep, and they are rolling the halftime.
Yep, so it's halftime, folks.
Wow.
What a crazy half.
We jammed in like an entire year of highlights in one half.
As the clock hit 0.
I had plans to actually write down, like, interesting plays that I could talk about. I would have.
There's plenty of them, dude. That was a 5-play drive that started on our own 25-yard line.
Yeah. So, talk about a drive put together through first pass completion to Hood, then the long pass to Wyatt, then the failed pass, wide receiver pass.
I would count up penalties, but I don't want to. So the Dolphins are going to go into the locker room. Not sure what's going to happen.
I think Coach
Fingers. So you mentioned it's senior night. I'm not sure what we're going to do here for senior night. It's been a little bit confusing. Everybody was late getting into the stadium. The game before us was a little late getting over. They had to clear the field. So
I think there might be a senior night gathering going on right now. I think he was at least he was calling to, I think, some of the parents.
Oh, you know what? I got
down in front.
So we got. Oh, it's halftime. All right. You got this? You want to talk for a while? I'm going to go down there and
yeah, absolutely.
See what's going on.
Sure. I'll
here, if you want to recap the scoring, if you can read my notes, that's. Or here's all the seniors. They're circled.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Right.
So, Tony, if as you very well should know, as well as being the voice of the Dolphins, also the father of senior quarterback Patrick McHale. So he's going to head down with the rest of the senior families. Going to do a halftime recognition across the seniors of this Whitney Young Dolphins football team. And, we've mentioned it a few times this year, but I'm going to recap what these seniors have been through. So 5 years ago, this program had to shut down mid-season because we didn't have the numbers to continue. So that season ended, early, and then by CPS rules in restarting your program, you have to start basically at the bottom of the CPS chain. So you face smaller schools, you probably face charter schools. So the year that all of these guys that are graduating seniors, the senior class, the first year they played, they were playoff ineligible just because of the division they were in, but they ended up, let me get the camera on because I think what we have is a tunnel for the seniors coming out. They ended the year 10-0, which is great. Next year, they were 4-4, playing in a higher division, 4-4, but lost out on the end of that season because of the Chicago Public Teachers strike. So once that strike went into effect, we no longer could play any city or state playoff games. So they ended that year 4-4. Then last year, which is actually this year, last fall, didn't have a season. So that was moved to a spring season, of which the Whitney Young Dolphins were 3-0. We got 3 games in. I think we had 2 games canceled because of protocols. And then we roll back to this year, and so far this team has gone 5-0, 5-1 on this season. Started off with wins against Clemente, 52-6. Then over Good, 23-0. Then a close game at Lane, which was under the lights, a great atmosphere. Won that one 10-8. Then a win over Westinghouse here at Rockne, 21-12 in the rain. Then another homecoming win, 46-0 over Perspectives. And then last week, a tough loss, 38-7. Score was worse, definitely, than what the product on the field was. And so we matched up very well against Phillips, who's definitely the class of CPS. And right now we've got a lead 30-6 over the Lincoln Park Lions here at halftime of senior night. So we've got Coach Eddie Boucher, the line coach and actually the head coach of the JV. He's got a bullhorn down there. I think he's charged with introducing some of the seniors that are coming out. I'll try to do my best job of following along with who's coming out. And then we have, again, I think the senior families are maybe joining some of the players down on the field. And I guess, we'll have to get this rolling because otherwise we'll end up with another delay of game penalty at the start of the second half. But, Coach Finger may take that one and recognize the seniors on their on senior night here. Again, lots of football in front of us. Football tonight. Football next week. We travel to Taft. And then after that, Chicago Public Schools playoffs and state playoffs. So we'll have at least a full month of football to share with you. I think we're just about to start. Eddie Boucher with the bullhorn. I was telling Tony on the way in, there are certain things in life. If you got a clipboard, you can go anywhere. And just grab a clipboard, walk around anywhere, and they'll just pretty much let you in. I think a bullhorn is sort of the same thing. Having a bullhorn just bestows a heck of a lot of power on you. So we'll see if Coach Eddie uses that power. It looks like we're just about to get started. Now we have the cheerleaders over as well. Got the entire team, all the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen lined up to welcome their seniors through. And if you don't know, this is a tight family. This Dolphin football family. All of these guys practice together all week. JV, varsity, everybody's together there. If you watch these guys come off the field after practice, you'll see the seniors hanging out with the freshmen. You'll see, just lots of good dialogue through all these, and that comes from Coach Daniel Finger and through that staff. I mean, these guys, Coach Finger is a Whitney Young graduate. Eddie Boucher, coach, is a Whitney Young graduate. Julian Lopez is a Whitney Young graduate. So they believe in this program. As I've said, they have built this to where it is right now, and all of these seniors have been a huge part of that throughout the course of their career at Whitney Young. All right, so right now Eddie Boucher is introducing, and I will try to see who's coming through. All right, the first guy coming through is going to be number 52, Neil Rockne. Neil was a little banged up at the beginning of the year, but he's solid presence on both the offensive and defensive line. So once he checked back into the lineup, really stabilized everything up front. Again, a great contributor. All right, next player through. I believe that's Josiah Roman. Again, defensive line, offensive line has been doing a great job tonight. Gets welcomed by Coach Finger down on the end of the tunnel. Next guy coming through, Sam Wyatt. So Sam Wyatt and his family comes through. Sam is one of the captains on this team. I was talking to Coach Finger earlier this year, and he just talked about the development of Sam throughout his entire time within the program. And talked about how he picked up strength, how he picked up speed. And, Sam last year actually got the ball at running back. He's been contributing at tight end. All right, next guy getting introduced, Fernando Lozano, the weapon who just nailed that field goal at the end of the first half. He's joined out there by his family. So Fernando, quite frankly, when he was walking in today, Tony looked over at me. He's like, man, Fernando is ripped. He's a strong guy. I know my son, Bennett Newman, has mentioned that Fernando, in practice, he can definitely light some guys up. He's valuable as a kicker, but if we need him as a defensive back, he definitely can bring the wood. All right, next guy coming through is Zion Nichols. Zion Nichols, offensive line, defensive line. I know he's a big part of this team. Somebody that's always been a solid contributor. Next through the tunnel, number 22, Julian Ramirez. Julian got some nice carries at the end of that Perspectives game. Maybe we'll see him a little bit more tonight in the backfield. He's got some shake. Next guy coming through, Tommy Bizzario. So if you watch this again, offensive line, defensive line, Tommy 6'5", 295, has some D1 offers, so we'll see where he's playing next year. If you watch some tape or you watch some things on Twitter, you'll see some pancake blocks where he puts the hurt on them. All right, next guy through, Frank Skotanis. So Frank, running back. I have to say, last year I was in watching the game from the end zone when Frank against Peyton, he got hit. And a knee injury that looked pretty scary at the time, but he's back and has been a solid contributor all year, both as a running back position as well as at the defensive end. And coming through, I think maybe that's the last senior, Patrick McHale. And you can't say enough about Patrick McHale. I mean, as the quarterback on this team, constantly coming up with big plays, coming up with first downs, using his feet, throwing some really nice balls. This is, the Dolphins offense has a solid level of complication to it as well. So Patrick's a very smart guy. Also a guy who could play on Saturdays next year if he decides to. Next guy coming through, Josh Wildermuth. We called his name a bunch of times tonight. Played a really nice job on the edge, starting wide receiver, starting cornerback. And I'd have to remember, I talked to his mom earlier this year. Josh has been a guy who I think just came out for football in the last year or two here. So to just jump on the field and immediately contribute the way he has is just a testament to Josh. Malik Amos coming through the line. Malik is one of those guys, again, just a strong contributor. I know it means a lot to this team, the culture of this team. You'll see him definitely on the defensive line making some plays, came up with some big special teams plays in that Lane game. I think he had a block on a field goal, and just a solid contributor. That may have been, I think that might have been it. All right, yep. One more round of applause coming from the fans here. Got a good representation of Dolphin parents, Dolphin fans here. So seniors and their families. I'm sure Coach Finger is going to get a selfie in there. Again, there are a lot of things. Social media isn't great for a lot of things, but I highly recommend following Coach Daniel Finger. I think it's at Dan Finger on Twitter and Instagram. He's got some good stuff both places, but he'll give you some updates, some good picks throughout the week, good information, good follow through on what's happening with some of these players. Whitney Young Dolphins football also has some great social media. We've had some of the guys coming out of the locker room with interesting questions throughout the year. So Coach Finger's actually going to jump in the picture, which is great. So maybe I think he gave his camera his phone to somebody to be able to take the selfie, and so he can be posting that. I'm not going to expect that during the game, but check it right after the game at Coach Dan Finger on Twitter or Instagram. Great to see. Again, there's if you haven't seen it, because he's always behind the mic, there's Tony McHale. Tony McHale, I think, also getting the selfie in there. Tony means so much to this program. He's doing the live stream, and I can't even tell you how much goes into this. The amount of equipment and planning and just everything that he has to think about and put together. I'm not good for anything here, clearly. I usually plug in one extension cord, I bring it over, and I stand there and I watch Tony put together the laptop, the headsets, the camera, the Wi-Fi hotspot, and everything else. And he puts all that together, then just has such a great knowledge of the game of football. So I think everybody that listens to these games, I hope, really enjoys them, and he makes up for all of my deficiencies on it. But the other thing that Tony does is that he's like, call him the consummate team parent. He's the guy that's sharing the messages to all of the parents during the week. There are a lot of things that happen, game time changes, different details of things. He's the guy that literally is working with Frank Skotanis' dad to get the Subway sandwiches and the drinks for the kids before and after the game. He's the guy that makes sure that we've got the Brian Miller leading up our chain gang, Brian and Brady Miller's dad, but I think he works with Tony in making sure that's all happening. So Tony McHale has been invaluable to this Whitney Young Dolphins program. We got plenty of football in front of us this year that we're really looking forward to, but great for us to be able to recognize our seniors in a game that we're up 30-6. We got 2 minutes left on our halftime show here. And Tony is sprinting back to his position as play-by-play man. Tony, that was great.
Funny, Barry, with all the rain, there's so much pollen that, my eyes are watering. I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, man, that had to be so good. I mean, I know that this means a lot to especially all the seniors and the parents. I mean, it's no small ordeal being a football family. A lot of practice time goes in. A lot, these guys start practicing in July. And that's just the in-season stuff that they've been going at it. And so, Tony, you've been can you remember back to Patrick's freshman year?
Well, I'll tell you the beauty of it, Barry, is once they got the driver's license, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, a little more passive. That's
right. You're not sitting outside the Michelle Obama Athletic Complex dropping off and picking up. But, yeah, it was really interesting for all these seniors that have been with the program for 4 years, because the year before, when they were in 8th grade, was the year the program was canceled.
Yep.
In the middle of the season because of number of players. And then Coach Chris Millette came in and rebuilt the program, and he had a really good group of juniors and seniors. And he brought Coach Finger in as the special teams coach and the freshman coach. So the seniors now have been with Coach Finger for 4 years as their head coach. But it was really fun that freshman year because they ended up playing down basically all the way down at the bottom of the Chicago Public League. And they still had some really good athletes. I mean, there's a couple kids on that team that are playing in college right now. And they went 9-0, and it was just a ton of fun. And then when in Pat's senior year and in the senior year or sophomore year, Coach Finger got the head coaching job, and they were 4-4 and would have won their final game to go 5-4 and qualify for the playoffs, and they had more than enough points to do that. And unfortunately, the strike kept them from making the playoffs that year. So it's been a fun ride. And for those of you who get it, Coach Finger wrote a letter today to everybody pregame and said you wouldn't recognize the kids, whether it was from March or it's going to go out of bounds, from March or from 3.5 years ago. And that's true. I mean, Pat was 5'8", 110 pounds.
I gotta say, it gives hope for a guy whose sophomore is 5'10", 137. Yeah. When you see on the Whitney Young Dolphins football Facebook page, you see a lot of the parents, and they have pictures posted. And I saw Patrick's picture. I saw Frank Skotanis' picture. I'm like, wow, maybe some of these guys on the JV team actually have hope.
I'll tell you what, if this is the end, if this season is the end for these kids, and if depending who goes on to play at the next level, but this is a great memory for them, great memory for me. And I think all the parents. Skotanis, Mikhail keeps it, takes it up the middle, got the first down. He cuts outside.
Hey, how about that?
He's going to go to the 40. They're not
keep
holding.
going.
No, they got.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm not sure, is that Anthony Hood or so same thing. So the ball's going to go back to the 50-ish. Great run by Mikhail, but there was a holding call at the 40. By one of the wide receivers. I don't want to give anybody a bad name. So it'll be a pickup of 14, but a great run, great fake to Frank Skotanis, and then a run by Mikhail. So it's going to be a first down. See where they're going to mark the penalty at the 42, so they'll bring the ball back to the 48. So we'll call it a 13-yard run.
And again, just the way Mikhail picks his spots, the way he's able to see those creases and just takes off.
So 48. All right, so we'll call that a 13-yard run. Pat did get tackled down at about the 10-yard line, so you can bust him for not having breakaway speed. Yeah,
I think I missed it on the camera, so we don't actually have to, I was moving, but I couldn't move it fast enough.
And even you see this happening in the NFL. Wide receivers have this problem. They're so engaged in their block, they don't know where the runner is coming from behind
when he goes past you, then they end up with the hole.
You got to let it go, right? Yep. And it was a hold because you saw two referees throw it. But a great play to start the second half. Low snap, Mikhail keeps it himself again.
Hey, well,
across the 50.
Why not? Don't hold.
There you go. Now let's see what he's got. Down to the 30, gives a little hesitation, down to about the 20-yard line. So another first down into Lions territory. Timeout, Lincoln Park. So with 10:55 left in the third quarter, Lincoln Park's going to take a timeout. The ball's going to be on the 18-yard line.
I think this is a timeout. I'm going to zoom in. I think this is a timeout for the coach to just rail into these guys.
Maybe
I shouldn't show that, but
30-yard gain by Mikhail. So 2 carries, and he's got 15 and 30, 45, 47 yards.
That play is definitely on film.
You got to do something to make up for all those sacks, Barry.
That's right. Yep.
I think that's his philosophy.
Get that positive yardage.
So the challenge now, right, that, here's the challenge. They go play a really, really good Taft football team next week. We've seen them on tape. I don't want to call it an upset because I haven't seen Morgan Park play, but there was an article, you sent it out to most people. There was an article in the Sun-Times last week, we mentioned it last Saturday, talking about the top 5 teams in CPL.
Right.
And Taft was one of them. And they beat a really good Morgan Park team last week. So McHale under center, Skotanis in the backfield. They want to wind the clock. There we go. Clock's winding. McHale still under center, Skotanis in the backfield. He turns, fakes the Skotanis. Defensive end right there. Pass out to Anthony Hood right at the line of scrimmage.
Ooh.
Tripp comes over and makes a tackle, but not before a 6-yard gain. Great play by McHale. The defensive end was bearing down on him. He was still able to get the ball away to Anthony Hood. That's usually the play we see to Alex Dale right there.
Yeah, and it was a great call there because I think Lincoln Park, after the first 2 running plays and then lining up under center in that tight formation, they were definitely thinking run all the way there. I mean, they were bringing the blitz, which is why Patrick had to roll to that side a little bit more, but still positive gain out of it.
So back in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Skotanis waiting for his turn. Snap goods. Oh,
illegal motion.
Dolphin penalty again. The good news for the Dolphins with the senior night celebration was Coach Finger will have to save the penalty conversation until tomorrow.
Yeah, it has been a bit sloppy on that side.
Clock's running. 30-6 Dolphins. Really surprised for the season. Lincoln Park, as we said at the top of the show, Lincoln Park is traditionally a really strong program. Just not so this year. Drop the ball. Skotanis picks it up. Escapes a couple tackles. He's going to end up, call it, losing a yard. So snap was a little low. McHale couldn't handle it. To be 3rd and 11 from the 19. From the 21.
Yeah, and again with this Lincoln Park team, the number of turnovers and mistakes, which I think the defense is just on the field an incredible amount in the games that we've seen, and they've just worn down. So they do have some decent athletes. They have decent size on the D line. Even in that Taft game, they had a really nice first couple series, and then just by the offense not being able to move the ball really puts them in a bad position.
McHale drops back, looks left, looks for some room to run. Nowhere to go this time. Number 52, the defensive end for Lincoln Park, Josh Galloway, sealed off the edge, nowhere for McHale to go. So that's going to be a loss of 4 back to the 25. So what started off as a promising drive is now 3rd and 17. They need to get down to the 8-yard line. So even though Lozano hit a 43-yarder to end the first half, the Dolphins are going to go for this. Hood to the boundary side. McHale
blitz
takes the snap, fakes the Skotanis. He looks deep.
Time.
Got a receiver. Touchdown. There you go, Josh Wildermuth.
All right.
There you go.
Nice.
From his slot position.
Senior night.
McHale with the 25-yard touchdown pass. Wildermuth just ran right down the hash. McHale laid it up for him.
McHale has thrown some nice deep balls tonight. I mean, on target. He had the time, was able to step into that.
The old swinging gate.
Now that the weapon is fully reloaded, I think we can put this swinging gate away.
Snap, kick. It's good.
I mean,
So the
extra point
Dolphins
for Fernando. Oh, I
Dolphin-
think. Yeah,
What?
let's watch Patrick McHale here. He's hopping over to the sideline. Looks like maybe he turned an ankle.
jumping up and down, or
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't catch it on the on the initial. And maybe it was. He did get a little pressure at the end, and I was trying to figure out what he was doing when he was holding, because it looked like he was down on. I didn't know if he was slipping because of the grass kind of being ripped up there, but we'll keep an eye on it.
the way they're stretching, maybe just a little cramp.
Could be that as well, right? I mean, even though it's
The
a
Dolphins-
cool night, we tend to. I don't know. We got a little more hydration here.
The Dolphins have cramped up a little bit in every game this season. So the way they're stretching him,
Yeah, that would
just
look
a cramp.
good, which we will take that.
So just a quick recap, that 65-yard touchdown drive took 4 minutes and 35 seconds. It ended on a 25-yard pass from Pat McHale to Josh Wildermuth. Nando Lozano with the extra point made it 37-6. There is 7 minutes and 25 seconds left in the quarter. The other thing is they didn't get a chance to drink a lot at halftime because we were doing shenanigans.
Drink
So,
Gatorade.
Gatorade.
I was thinking about us, Tony.
Well,
We didn't have that opportunity either. Little
Lozano,
pop-up.
yeah. They're going to feel that trip. Was that, yeah.
I don't
No, that was
think-
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, it was a short kick to Smith.
It's kind of like that. They're trying for the confusion and the onside, not onside kick
Well, and
that they got.
given that we have given up some of those long returns, and given they have Tripp back there, if Fernando can, if he can hit that wedge over there, I think you take that all day.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to put the ball down at the 28-yard line, so you'll take that, right? The starting field position on the 28.
All right, so I do think we have a few other guys checking in.
Yeah.
So McHale is out of the lineup. You got Anthony Hood back at that deep safety position. I think that I believe.
So you got 16.
Yep, that's
Tyson Hayes is out there.
right? So Tyson Hayes probably at that corner.
Yeah, so
corner
Anthony Hood
safety
moves to
spot over
safety.
there.
Yep. That looks like the only change.
Yep.
So we got Tripp still at quarterback. Some confusion
definitely
for the
some
Lions.
Confusion for the Lions.
4 receivers, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom.
We got jet sweep motion.
They
And
roll Tripp out
just
to the
gonna
right.
keep with it.
Basario stretches it
great
out.
stretch. And Josh
Wildermuth comes
Wildermuth.
up, and a host of Dolphins. But great job by Tommy Basario
Yes.
forcing that play further outside. Wildermuth came off of his receiver, and will get credit for that tackle. But great job by all the Dolphins. That's a no gain.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 28.
And I bet it wouldn't surprise you to know that Joseph Clayton was in on that as well.
He's had a great game.
Heat-seeking missile.
He finds the ball and hits it hard. So, yeah, so that Tripp, Jalen Tripp, there was just a little too much head and shoulder instead of trying to find a hole and run for it and get several yards. He's trying to break every play long.
Well, he's
Which,
probably
when
kind of
you-
feeling like he's got to put it on his shoulders
Right.
at this point.
But so the ball's almost on the right hash. Tripp back in the shotgun. Devontae Smith with him. 2 receivers right and left. Quick pass from Tripp, a little high,
Campbell.
out of bounds. It was a forward pass.
Oh, yeah, to Jackson, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 28. Trying to run just a little screen there to Kamari Jackson.
Which, quite frankly, I think they should have gone to a little earlier in this
Right.
game. But again, the problems have occurred even before
Right.
they've had the ability to do anything like that.
So all the Dolphin starters still in the game except for McHale. And you have Tyson Hayes. He's a sophomore 5'11", 175 pounds.
Yeah, good to see him out there. I mean, not that hopefully we'll have to see it.
Yeah, no.
Pat's down
He's-
here on the end, looking fine.
He's all good.
Slide.
Little dirty. Tripp in the shotgun. Doesn't really drop back. He looks left, throws a deep ball. It's going to be over everybody's head.
Ooh.
Jackson had a little burst there,
Yeah,
but
he did have a little burst.
He was double covered. He was sandwiched between Anthony Hood and Josh Wildermuth. So 4th down and 10 from the 28.
Looks like maybe a punt team coming on here.
I mean, kind of the same conversation. I'm sure that was had at halftime last week with the Dolphins, was had with the Lions, where you want to come out and you want to win the second half. You might not win. You might not win the football game, but you got to play hard. You got to stay in it. And I think that's why Coach took the timeout, because they're doing exactly the opposite of what he asked them to do at halftime. The senior Julian Ramirez back.
Hey, all right, we got a punt returner back there. I thought I mentioned on the halftime that maybe we'd see a little bit of Julian Ramirez in the second half.
Bad snap. Ball still rolling. Tripp picks it up, evades a bunch of. That's a forward pass. So, actually, kind of smart. I mean.
Yeah, and I'm
sure the ball should come back to the 28, right? Oh, they're going to call it intentional grounding. Okay.
I was going to say, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure who he was throwing it to.
If your gunners were out, those would be your eligible receivers on that, I guess. So and again, these guys are getting paid by the flag, so why not throw one out there?
I'm not sure what's this? Illegal touching? Maybe I don't know what's this. This is a signal that he gave.
Yeah.
One hand to the shoulder,
one arm to the shoulder.
So that's declined. So the Dolphins recovered it. I'm not sure. Okay, so nothing. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Checking in on offense right now. Number 5, Quinn Duhan. He'll probably be running at the wide receiver slot. Excited to see him out there.
So they put the ball down on the 19. There is 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, so Hood and Duhan to the right, Wyatt and Carter to the left. Wildermuth getting a little bit of a break. Skotanis still in at running back. Starting offensive line still in the game.
Duhan in motion.
Snap to McHale. Handoff to Skotanis. Nope.
Or not.
McHale keeps it up the middle down to about the 13-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down.
I know you're saying he's trying to wipe out all that sack yardage, but you know what? I'm more than happy if Patrick McHale wants to hand the ball off to Skotanis here a little bit. Come on,
anything right now, yeah. So I think the offensive line right now is Tommy Basario, Opadiaye, Cepeda, Joshua Roman,
Neil Rockne,
and Neil Rockne on the right tackle spot. So that's the starting offensive line.
Yeah, and they're doing their
handoff.
job.
There you go. There's your handoff to Skotanis. Breaks a tackle. Breaks a second tackle. Straight forward.
Frank doing what Frank does. Let's see if we get a little. We got some parents over here that usually give a little Frank the Tank.
Little Sam Wyatt. So that's a 1st down. The ball is inside the 10-yard line. We're going to call it the 8. So that was a 5-yard pickup by Frank. So Frank has 5 touchdowns on the season. Hasn't scored one in a while, though. So you got Carter and Quinn to the top, Carter and Duhan to the top, Hood to the bottom. McHale in the shotgun. Wyatt goes in motion. McHale runs behind Skotanis, sneaks inside. Somebody threw a shoe. I think McHale threw a shoe.
I think that's one of the. It's Lincoln Park has some.
There's some weird. There's a
accents.
flag.
Yeah,
is there a flag?
Well,
of course there's a flag.
Was it really a flag? Oh God.
So holding again. Dude, I don't think we've seen this many holding calls all season.
Oh, this is a bit painful.
So.
And that's the thing too. I don't know if we'd have to do some quick math on all this stuff. But even like the last drive and the number of penalties we had, the total yardage in this game is going to be significant just because we've given up a lot in penalty yardage, but we've gained that back in some really nice offensive plays.
So we got 2nd and goal.
And I'll let you all see.
No, this should be First and goal, right? Yeah, first and goal from the 18. Devontae Smith says enough of the quarterback running. Comes up and makes a tackle. So that'll bring up second down. I don't think there's any gain on that. We've had some really long and goal to go
that we have.
Yardage. So you're going to call that a 4-yard loss. Ball's back to the 23. Clock continues to run. The good thing with penalties in high school is the clock continues to run. So
yeah, otherwise we're
at 2:30 right now.
We'd be breaking some curfews.
So Anthony Hood in the backfield now, behind McHale in the pistol.
Yeah, I think we have Andrew Latham.
There's a pitch out to Anthony Hood. He had the edge if you want to go out further, but he cuts it up inside down to about the 13-yard line. I think if he had stayed outside, Barry, he had touchdown written all over that. But
I'm just happy that we got
run.
A play to Anthony Hood that didn't end up with laundry on the
Any
ground.
play, right? So third down, goal to go from the 14. So a 9-yard pickup from Anthony Hood on that pitch. We're looking more and more like a wishbone offense all the time. We'll see McHale reverse pivot out of there and give a little wrist flick on the pitch. So clock's running at 1:39 in the third quarter. Dolphins lead here tonight 37-6 on senior night. They'll move to 7-1 on this. No, 6-1 on the season.
6-1, yeah.
McHale takes a snap, straight drop.
Lots
looks
of
to his
time.
right. He's got Quinn over there.
Yeah, Quinn
Duhan.
Quinn Duhan.
Depends. Looks like they're going to give him. It's going to be 4th and short, I think. But that's Duhan's first catch of his career, I believe.
Yep, there we go.
At this level. So 4th down, goal to go.
Fernando Lozano coming on.
From the 9. A little chippy shot.
Yeah, Duhan is a great athlete, and we're going to see a lot of him over the next 3.5 years here at Whitney Young.
So this will be, McHale's putting the ball down at the 15, so we'll call it a 25-yard field goal. Lozano found his mojo again. Oh, high snap. McHale gets it down. Lozano boots it through.
Hammered it through. Great catch there by Dalton Ferguson,
there you
too,
go.
in the end zone.
So we'll call that a 25-yard field goal. There is 26 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter, and the Dolphins stretch their lead to 40-6 over Lincoln Park.
What
do we got going now?
I'm not quite sure.
It's not a running clock yet. So that was a six-play drive. Started at the 19, ended at the 9.
For some reason, I feel like we're flipping ends of the field right now. I don't know.
Even though there's 26.
I don't know why we would do that. Now they're rolling the clock. Oh, this is what they're saying.
Oh,
they're going to roll the clock, and there wasn't going to be enough time
to do it
to get it done before the end of the third quarter.
10-yard drive.
So Tony
got the ball with 5:30. So we drove 10 yards in 4 minutes and change.
Yeah, well, again, we're just racking up yardage here. We're racking up penalty yardage and positive offensive yardage. So, because you have all the scoring plays written down? Because,
I do.
Good Lord, let's do a recap of that.
You really want to?
Yeah, I sure do.
All right. We started off the game, and in the first 24 seconds, Jalen Tripp returned an 88-yard kickoff for a early 6-0 Lincoln Park lead. They missed the 2-point conversion. They're going to put 25. What are they doing? The Dolphins got the ensuing kickoff and answered with a 4-minute drive, 7 plays, 63 yards. McHale ran it in from somewhere.
Yeah, just 1 yard out, right? Wasn't that the quarterback keeper that you called?
No, that was later. I wrote down the wrong yardage there. I can tell. I can go back and tell you.
I'm just hanging on here as the bleachers are rocking.
All right, so we're still in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah, they did well, yeah, I guess.
9 yards out. The first touchdown was
Okay.
9 yards out. My bad. We'll get back there. All right. But we switched ends.
We switched ends. I mean, there is
We switched
0
ends.
wind tonight.
We switched ends, but we're going to kick off.
Just for efficiency purposes, I guess.
Only in the CPL, dude.
Yeah.
CPL.
Who the heck knows what's going on?
All right.
All right.
Lozano with the approach. The kick. It's going to go to Tripp on his 10. He fumbles the ball. It's on the ground. He picks it up at the 12. Straight ahead. Quinn Duhan again.
Yep, Duhan on the bottom of that.
Quinn Duhan
Nice.
with the first hit. Got an ankle of Tripp. Didn't allow him to go anywhere. All right, so real quick. First touchdown was a 9-yard run by McHale. Drive was 4:01. They recovered a fumble from Lincoln Park. And in 2 minutes and 32 seconds, in 3 plays, McHale to Anthony Hood from 12 yards out. It was actually like from 30 because he ran all over the field. Then we had a 40-second one-play drive. McHale snuck it in to make it to 20-6. Then we drove 64 yards. We had the scoop and score from Frank Skotanis from 64 yards out. Made it 27-6. Then we drove the ball 50 yards down to the 26. Kicked a 43-yard field goal to make it 30-6 at the half, and I'll get back to you. So there's 12 seconds left. Tripp is still under center, or in the shotgun. Ball is on the 25-yard line.
Yep. D-line for the Dolphins. Got Rocky, Roman, and Amos in.
Ball short. Jackson.
Did he scoop that?
Jackson gets his hand under it. I guess he did. So that'll run out this quarter. But we're not going to switch ends because we already switched ends. So that ball's out to the 32, so a 7-yard gain. So we got 2nd and 3 for the Lions. We're just going to kind of reset the clock and roll through. Dolphins lead kind of at the end of the third quarter, 40-6. Here, wait, I'm going to change this. Because we got that. Hey, we appreciate everybody that's out there tonight listening to us. It's been kind of chaotic. Barry, thank you for covering halftime as I went down and took some pictures, shed some tears.
That was great. We got a couple shots of you on the field.
There you go. Hopefully they were thinning shots.
Oh, you look great.
Yeah, right. So this is the senior night kind of game you want. Dolphins lead 40-6. There's 12 minutes on the clock. I don't think we've reached the
running clock.
The
is
running
at,
clock
40,
yet.
Right?
McHale's still down on the sideline trying to stretch out the cramp that he has. So you still have the Dolphin starters in, except for McHale. The ball rests at the 32-yard line. Tripp is going to take this snap. But let's talk about next week a little bit, Todd. Sorry, Barry. There's a really good TAF team that we have to travel to the northwest side to face. Basically, it will be for second place in the Land of Lincoln Conference, which is important for CPL playoff seeding. And they are a lot like we are.
Absolutely. When watching, just a smart team, a great offense, too. Ooh!
Joseph Clayton saw glory right there.
He did.
Great read from Joseph Clayton. Don't really think it was interference, but number 80, the tight end.
They're actually, I think the flag came out, but they're picking it up.
Well, it would have been offensive pass interference more than defensive position.
Yeah, he had position on it.
He was there. He was entitled to that ball. So third down and 3 for the Lincoln Park Lions. Great play by Joseph Clayton. He's had a great game tonight.
Yeah, he has been all over the place.
Some big hits like he usually delivers. You want to guess that Tripp keeps it, or that Jalen Tripp keeps this? I mean, so even as quarterback, they really haven't tried to run him that much. I don't necessarily understand. You have an athlete of this quality, what you're trying to do with him right now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean the D line has been putting pressure on him.
Tripp drops back.
Has been
quick
able
throw.
to
Out to Jackson.
Yeah.
Jackson catches. It can be a first down to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, what they're taking what's there for them with the
Right.
with the soft zone of the Dolphins. So they've had Jackson over there on sort of just a quick hitch where he sits down in that zone, and so that's what they're putting together.
Yeah, but I mean he is the most dynamic athlete on that side of the ball, and he's definitely a better thrower than Isaiah Smith was. I mean, Isaiah Smith's 5'6".
Sure.
Jalen Tripp is. I keep doing that. He just got. He's with you guys now. Jalen Smith got signed by the Packers.
With the Packers, yes.
So Jalen Tripp.
Yeah.
Jalen Tripp. Oh, you didn't even tell me your Notre Dame story.
Oh, well, we'll get
we
to
got
that.
time, right?
We got time.
Not sure why the clock's not running.
Well, they're giving me more time to tell my stories.
Tripp drops back again. Short over the middle to Smith. Smith's got the ball. He's going to have a first. Maybe not. He's going to 9-yard.
Short of that. And the ball is out. So the referees are going to have to make a decision here. I mean, the ball was out.
He was going backward, though.
Yeah. I mean, a whistle didn't blow.
Yeah, the Smith. I'll tell you, Smith was down.
Yeah.
Smith was down, and nobody wanted to hear the whistle. So I'm not sure what the referees are going to do here. The ball should be where the headlines judge is standing is a first down. They're going to roll the clock.
Yeah.
The Lions are going to keep the ball. They're going to call it a 10-yard gain to the 49.
Brian Miller and the chain crew going to get moving on over there.
So just got to make sure it doesn't get too chippy.
Yeah.
These referees, I'm not sure they've had control of the game.
Oh,
Tripp looks left.
Oh, jailbreak on the.
Nope.
On the.
He was looking for Szymanski.
Yeah, and it was there was actually a confusion on the Dolphins sideline. We had Tyson Hayes running off the field, but then bailed back into his coverage on this lower side of the field.
So 2nd and 10. Yeah, I mean, as good an athlete as Jalen Tripp is, you can tell he hasn't played quarterback a lot because he gets a snap, and there's not a lot of flexibility in his passing motion.
It's like he's
kind of
hanging
stands
out back
there.
Yeah,
just flicks his wrist. So 3 receivers, new formation for them. They were illegal procedure, but quick throw to Jackson, little high, nice catch.
Yeah, nice catch by Jackson.
Wildermuth wraps him up, though. Here come the rest of the Dolphins. Going to be about a 6-yard gain. So that'll bring up 3rd down. But nice catch by Jackson. He had to go up and get that, but great closing speed by Wildermuth right there to shut that down before they had a chance to go anywhere. So they're going to put the ball down on the 47-yard line. 46, we'll call it the 46.
So the Taft playbook is probably about 80 pages. The Lincoln Park playbook is about.
Yeah. Well, I would be concerned if I'm Coach Finger. They ran a number of screenplays that were highly effective.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
So they got the wheel route. The wheel route's wide open. But yeah, great. That was a well-designed play because the Dolphins playing man-to-man coverage. Wildermuth went inside as his man went in motion. Nobody rotated back out. Jackson was open. Tripp just threw the ball just slightly. So now you got 4th down and 5 in Dolphin territory, and we're going to call it the 46.
Yeah, where we've been playing, we've been satisfied just rushing 4. That time we brought, for sure, Carter off of this edge that put some pressure on Tripp, which also helped to force that throw out there a little early.
So McHale back in as a safety. You got all your starters out there. 4th down and a long 4. Tripp in the shotgun. Smith to his right. He drops back. He looks to his right. Looks back to the middle.
Let's go, he's got a guy open.
Anthony Hood.
Oh. Well, it's better.
Great. Yeah.
He was thinking about that
as much as he wanted that interception. Great coverage. Szymanski had him beat by a step right. He was trying to return that to McHale.
Right.
Szymanski had him beat by a step. Ball's a little bit underthrown. Anthony Hood undercut the route. Almost had the interception on 4th down, but as you said, the ball now goes back out to the 46-yard line, and the Dolphins will take over 1st and 10 with how's there 10 minutes and 29 seconds still left on the clock?
There wasn't a whole lot of movement on the clock on that last time. So you got, McHale checking back in at quarterback. I did see a few guys on the Brady Miller in on the offensive line. I know you mentioned Nefesimi Obadele was in the last series, in again this series.
Well, he needs a nickname, man.
I don't know. I think you have to say his full. You got to say his full first name which is Baba Nefesimi Obadele. I think
there's a pass to Hood. Devontae Smith having none of that again.
Yeah.
It's just a little predictable. You've said it a couple times that whenever they bring Hood in motion, they're going to him, and Smith got out there unblocked that time for a 4-yard loss of the ball, 3-yard loss. Ball's back to the 43.
So I think the one thing the Dolphins are just working on some stuff here. So they actually were signaling in plays on that one. So I think that's just hey, let's use some game situations to simulate some things.
So I think that the biggest challenge for the Dolphins defensively next week is they really haven't faced a two-dimensional team yet this year. Even Phillips, right. Frank Sotanis with a handoff out to the 50-yard line, down to the 49, but they won't give it to him. So a pickup of 8 by Skotanis puts the ball on the 50.
Nice push by that offensive line on time, too.
So a 7-yard gain. Dolphins have to get the ball inside the 45, so we'll call it 3rd and 6. But, yeah, the Dolphins really haven't faced a two-dimensional team this year, a team that can throw and run. I think when they've faced teams that passed a little bit, their D-backs have held up well. Mm-hmm. But I think the challenge will be, and this is why you need Alex Dale back next week, is what do your linebackers do? That's where the real challenge comes in. McHale in the shotgun, waiting for somebody to go in motion. Wildermuth comes in motion, right to left. McHale gets a snap, hands off to Skotanis. Skotanis breaks a tackle. He's going to get the first down. Down inside the holding. My goodness, how can you call a holding penalty there when the ball's down on the 30-yard line? They're calling it a push in the back. So it's not holding this time. It's a push in the back.
Yeah, a little bit of
that's just it's just an unnecessary call at that point. The play was well past where the head linesman called the penalty. So now it's the 45. It'll take it back to the Dolphin 45.
So we'll repeat.
Right, 3rd
down.
Just.
What do you really think about it, Tony? Actually, yeah. Let's not. Let's save that one.
So 3rd and 11. All right, even the NFL guys tell you, if it's not part of the play, they're not going to call it. That flag was thrown at the 45. Frank was already at the 35. There's just no.
Yeah.
It's a 40-6 game. I don't think anybody's trying to embarrass anybody. I mean, it was a running play. It's just. Fortunately, the clock's running. We'll be under 8 minutes. All the Lions on the line.
Picked up.
Plenty of time. McHale lets it loose. He's got Anthony Hood.
Nice.
Almost at the first down marker.
Yeah,
they're going a little short. So it's going to be 4th and 1. But great route by Anthony Hood there. And McHale drove the ball to him.
And, again, a great blitz pickup on that. And I didn't see exactly, but I'm guessing that Skotanis was the guy that put the hat on the 6th guy that was coming through the line.
Yeah, it was Devontae Adams. So McHale under center, sneaks it. He's going to pick up the first down.
Probably Devontae Smith because Devontae Adams. Oh, I mean, if he's playing here.
Dude, I got everybody. I got all the NFLers going right now. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Dolphins from the Lions' 43-yard line. The clock continues to run. We are at 7:20. So I'm sorry. This is usually where the Dolphins start taking all 40 seconds of the play clock. Wait for the back judge to put up his hand. So McHale in the shotgun. Hands off to Skotanis. Skotanis right up the middle. So it's a 6-yard gain for Frank. He had 2 hands on the ball. Gets the ball inside the 40-yard line down to the 39. Official score says 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. The Dolphins will just take their time now. So
I do spot Bennett Newman with a headset on down there. That's been
nice.
one of
his goals.
One of his goals for the entire season was to get a headset. So Bennett is JV quarterback. There are rumors if he was on a headset that he'd have to sign a
waiver,
a waiver of any coaches, any specific comments that they made could not be shared with anyone else.
Blitz again. McHale keeps it. He's going to have another first down. Oh, my goodness gracious. Either this guy can't get his flag fast enough. McHale was on the ground when he threw that flag. I haven't seen this many holding calls in an NFL game.
This is ridiculous.
I mean, this is just crazy. But McHale beat the rush with the zone read, or beat the blitz. Josiah Roman coming back in the game. I mean, the clock's going to continue to run at this point. They're going to take the ball back to the 48-yard line. So, in essence, a 7-yard penalty. The Dolphins have to get the ball down to the 35, so we'll call it 2nd and 13. I mean, I've honestly lost count of how many penalties there were. I mean, it's just haven't had this many penalties the whole season.
No, it'll be interesting when the coaches go and look at this on the.
Well, I mean, there might be holding, but there's holding on every play.
Exactly. At some point, let's just keep this moving along.
Well, I mean, the clock runs, so at this point, it's just an effort to keep. Here comes the blitz again. Skotanis gets up the middle, 2 hands on the ball, puts his head down. That was a 10-yard pickup there.
Yep. Frank
great run
downhill.
Just great run
downhill.
by Frank.
Yep. Put his foot down and went forward.
So the ball's at the 38, and we need to get to the inside the 35. So we'll call it. What do you want to call it? 5, 4?
Yeah, 4.5.
This will be the 8th play of this drive. Clock continues to run. We're under 4:50. The Lions are trying to bring everybody, but the Dolphins are doing a really good job picking up the 6 or 7 men in the box. Somebody's coming off the edge this time trying to hide. I'm not sure. I can't see the number. Dolphins change the play. Skotanis moves from the left to the right. Lions back off a little bit. McHale hands off to Skotanis. Skotanis gets outside the left. First down. Stays inbounds down to the inside the 20. Great play. Just busted that outside to the left and picked up a first down, and that really should do it for the Dolphins today. Where are they going to put that down? The 21.
Just outside, yep.
So a 17-yard run by Skotanis. The clock runs at 4:04. Either one more first down or 3 more holding penalties, and the game will be over.
There we go. Yeah, the offensive line just exerting their will. Frank Skotanis exerting his will. I'm happy to see those handoffs.
Skotanis takes it up. Nope. Met that time by that's a penalty. There you go.
Yeah.
That's completely unnecessary. Number 51.
Some frustration on their side, clearly.
The linebacker, I don't have I apologize, I don't have a name. But, yeah, Frank was stood up, and then 51 wrapped him up and threw him to the ground.
I think we're going to get Luke Jolich checking in, probably for Frank Skotanis, I would think.
So they're going to figure out. The ball was outside the 20, so we should get all 15 of this, right? Which should be another first down. So they're going to put the ball on the 10.
Yep, Brian Miller and the chain gang moving it down there. So we'll have a chance at a first down.
Just outside. It's interesting. Statistically, if it's inside the 11, but outside the 10, it's not first and goal, but it's only a 10-yard drive.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, so that's gonna segue to my Notre Dame story.
Oh, your Notre Dame story. Reggie Push?
No. So you do the play call here, and I'll see if I can squeeze it in here.
McHale on the shotgun. Fumble the snap. McHale falls on it back at the 20.
So back in the day, when you called me the pride of Northwestern, I got a chance to work in the press box for a Notre Dame Northwestern game early 90s. Dick Enberg and Bob Trumpy on the call for the day.
Oh, my.
Yeah. I was Dick Enberg's spotter for the day. So
cool.
I got to, just hang out with him and, basically
call
show
out
him.
numbers.
Yeah. He had a big two deep in front of him, and I would point to, who a wide receiver was or who a tackle was. Trumpy was there, just a lot of fun throughout the day. I kind of noticed during the course of the game that during the commercial breaks, Trumpy would disappear from the booth. Just going through this, I'll let you call this play, and I'll get in on the rest of that.
The ball's on the 20. McHale in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes a handoff, rolls out to his left. Oh,
Just
going backward.
Get down safely.
So much for all that yardage he gained, right? It's going to bring up a third down.
So at halftime, I head out of the booth, probably just to, grab a drink or something like that, and I see Trumpy, and I realized what he was doing at those commercial breaks was firing up a cigarette.
Nice.
Every commercial break. That's why he had that great voice, right? And alongside him, a guy comes up and starts talking to him about the movie Rudy, because it had just come out. And Trumpy kind of just said to the guy, yeah, we saw the movie, yeah, that's good. And the guy's like, no, I'm Rudy.
Oh, nice.
So there he is, Rudy himself. He's wearing what looked like sort of like a railroad hat with a big
like
Rudy.
all 5'6".
Yes, all 5'6" with a hat that just said Rudy across the front of it. So Trumpy acknowledges him.
Pitch to Hood. Hood gets outside. Probably going to be a holding call somewhere. Hood down to the 25. The clock continues to run. We're at 1:13. 6-yard pickup by Hood. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So after they chat for a little bit, there's this uncomfortable pause. And Rudy looks at Trumpy and he says, "Hey, can I get a cigarette?"
Nice. We're trying another field goal. So the ball's on the 25. So this will be a 42-yard field goal. So 43-yarder to end the second quarter, the first half. Waiting for the headlinesman to get down under the goalpost. So Nando Lozano has 2 field goals already tonight. One from 43, one from 25. This will be from 42. There's 25 seconds left in the game. Gotanis to McHale to Lozano. Snap good, hold good, kick up. It's going to hook left. Oh, got it.
Good.
Oh, my goodness. 42 yards.
Man, I think I bumped the camera right at the end of that, but yeah.
And they're going to let the clock run out. That'll be the last play of the game. What a kick.
What a game. Definitely some Dolphins fans having a lot of fun here tonight.
So Lozano tonight kicks a 43, 25, and 42. We saw him before the game, Barry, and he said he was ready. He said there was no residual from any previous game. So the Dolphins
is the weapon.
The Dolphins move to 6-1. Hey, I wrote a script. I'm going to read the last page of it.
All right.
Dude, everything's damp. There's so much moisture in the air right now. It's unbelievable. So great senior night. We did have handshakes last week, but we're back to waving tonight. You want to recap the scoring, or is it too much? Let's go this way. We had a McHale touchdown run of 9 that made it 6-6. Missed the 2-point conversion.
Yep.
We had a McHale pass of 11 yards to Hood. Good conversion. McHale to Carter made it 14-6. McHale had a 1-yard run after a 1-yard punt.
Yep.
That made it 20-6. We missed the extra point. Then we had Frank Skotanis with his scoop and score. Lozano made the extra point, made it 27-6. And then the Dolphins had a 49-yard, 50-second drive, got the ball down to the 26, and Nando Lozano banged through a 43-yard field goal to end the half. Then in the second half, we had a McHale to Wildermuth pass from 25 yards that made it 37-6. and then 2 field goals, from Nando Lozano. First a 25-yarder, chip shot now, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And then to end the game as they let the clock wind down, 42 yards. And it looked like it was hooking left a little bit, but it snuck just in. If you guys watched the Patriots-Tampa Bay game where that kick banged off the upright, this ball snuck right in that
it just
that
curled
bottom
right around
left,
that corner.
that bottom left-hand corner.
Which, again, I think I missed on the camera. I had it zoomed out, but anyway,
that's all right.
It's, the number of times I have to excuse my poor camera work.
So I'm going to tell you, normally we try and do a little bit of a player of the game here for Whitney Young, and I got to cast my vote for number 15, the senior Fernando Lozano, and his 3 field goals.
Yeah, and again, like you said, not chip shots, and just a great way to reestablish. He is the weapon.
He is the weapon, and he'll make a difference. Special thanks, as always, to all the great folks at Whitney Young High School, head coach Dan Finger, principal Dr. Joyce D. Kenner, and athletic director Chris Cassidy. Thanks to all the great folks at Lincoln Park, Coach Reginald Collins, athletic director Eric Lescano, and their principal Eric Steinmiller. Lastly, Barry, huge thanks to you. Thanks for coming out again tonight. I got you next week, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going home.
There we go. We got the selfie.
Yep,
it's all
Coach
good.
Finger on the selfie.
Your Dolphins are on the road next Friday when they travel to the Northwest Side to face the Taft Eagles. Let me see if I can do this. I got a special graphic. It's going to work. So there you go. Your Dolphins are on the road next Friday when they travel to Northwest Side to face the Taft Eagles. Game time 7:30. Lincoln Park heads to Lane Stadium where they host Phillips on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. The Dolphins are now playoff qualified, Barry, for the first time since 2015.
Oh, that's
great. They are guaranteed a slot in Week 10 in the IHSA state playoffs. The Dolphins get back on the winning track and guarantee a Week 10 game by qualifying for the IHSA playoffs, moving to 6-1 on the season. Lincoln Park continues to search for a win this fall and drops to 0-7. For everyone at Whitney Young, including Chief Chain Guy
Brian Miller.
For everyone at Whitney Young football, for Barry Newman, this is Tony McHale saying, what a night from Rockne Stadium in Chicago, Illinois, the greatest city in the world. So long, everybody.